Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul had a first media press conference on Monday, September 22nd. And the Georgia State Athletic Commission is expected to approve their fight. You had a lot of people saying, oh my God, it's going under. Tank and them haven't been approved yet. The fight's not going to happen. Bunch of live streams, bunch of videos, bunch of all that. I would say, I hate to say I told you so, but I don't believe in lying to my audience. I love telling y'all I told you so. I love telling y'all I told you so. Right? I knew that this was going through because common sense and logic always wins over fake narratives and lying and shit. Right? The guy that's the commissioner that was acting so upset about this shit because they didn't get approval first and get this first and get that first. I told y'all that that's either one or two things. They got approval from the other 3 or 4 members where they needed to vote from and not him, or he just putting on the show to try to make confusion and put the Georgia State Athletic Commission, get some publicity and shit, make them seem more important than they are, and this shit is going to get approved. Too much money on the table, too many smart people involved for them to announce this fight, get this fight done, get pre-sale tickets on sale, do all of this shit just for them to be like, oh shit, the commission just declined it. That shit wasn't happening, bro. You got Netflix involved, you got MVP Promotions involved, you got TGB Promotions, PBC involved, Al Heyman, Louis DeCubas, Tom Brown, the people that's running Netflix. These are all big time people that have done billions and billions and billions of dollars in business, bro. That's not hyperbole. That is literal facts. They not finna have this fight announced, have these people promoting the fight, have it announced on Netflix, Tank announcing it on his socials, Jake Paul announcing it on his socials. All of that stuff is not going to happen only for them to get to the Georgia State Athletic Commission and they don't already know how that shit is going to go. What I do find interesting is that they moved the press conference from the 17th and the 18th to the 22nd. I think that was just a show of, look, man, we're gonna give y'all some fake respect. Keep it 100 with you. I firmly believe that was the people putting the fight on, because I do believe the commissioner dude for the Georgia State Athletic Commission was mad than a motherfucker. He was calling them arrogant for announcing the fight without approval. He was doing all that shit, kicking and screaming and shit. And I think it was a deal like, man, look, man, you know we gonna give you the vote, bro, but y'all can't be announcing the shit. We ain't even voted on it yet, bro. Y'all making us look weak. Y'all making us look like we paid and bought. Y'all making us look like we like we taking money under the table, which we are, bro, but y'all can't make it look like that. So can y'all do us a favor, bro? Can y'all, like, we voting on the shit on the 18th, bro. What do it look like we voting on the 18th and y'all have a press conference on the 17th? Like, y'all already making us look bad by announcing it and we ain't even voted on the shit yet, even though we told y'all could do the shit. Can you just, Jake, Tank, Jake, can y'all just do us a favor, bro? Can y'all just have a press conference next week, bro? Let us vote on it. Let us make it seem like we the ones approving it. And then y'all just have y'all press conference next week. Can y'all do that, please? They were like, yeah, all right, fine, bro. We'll go ahead and do it, man. And then this shit is going to get passed unanimously, because there's too much money involved in this fight. Every single metric. We don't know how good. Y'all excuse my dog, by the way, because my wife just got home. I could hear the garage open. Let me close this real quick. Apologies. So, every metric that we have in terms of kind of evaluating how a fight is going to do, are people going to buy it? Or if it's free, can it draw in the viewership ratings? Every metric that we have says that this shit is going to be huge. 2 fighters with huge followings. Jake Paul, damn near 30 million subscribers on YouTube. Damn near 30 million subscribers on Instagram. Huge numbers in the past. When they announced the fight, the shit went viral. Went crazy. Tank Davis, 8 million, damn near 10 million Instagram followers. One of the faces of boxing along with Canelo Alvarez. Doing pay-per-view numbers, breaking live gate records. You're putting them together with all the following that they have. You know the shit gonna be big and it's gonna generate a shit ton of money. There's no commission in sports that would deny that shit. If they wanted to have a fight in Europe, If they wanted to have the fight in Vegas, if they wanted to have the fight in New York, Texas, wherever they were going to decide to have this event, bro, it was going to get passed. And now it's looking like, based on Brunch Boxing, Matt over at Brunch Boxing, that everything I told y'all that was going to come to fruition is coming to fruition. Every single thing. Everything. This sham of a fight, circus of a fight, fight that I will not ever be high on, that I'm not going to be complimentary of, this fight is happening because it is going to do the biggest business in the sport of boxing this year. Because it has the biggest stars combined in the sport of boxing this year. And when it does, do not be surprised. When you start hearing crazy records about the amount of people watching it, when you have more people watching this than you will have probably watching NFL playoff games, when you have more people watching this than you will have watching NBA finals games or Major League Baseball finals games, when all of these people are tuning in and talking about it and building it up, just watch as Terrence Crawford and Canelo probably going to get another 2-3 days of coverage. 2-3 days, maybe a week at the most. But come next week when Tank and Jake had their first press conference, they're going to go viral again. That first press conference is going to generate millions and millions of views. It is going to go absolute bonkers, bro. It's going to go crazy. So for those for the content creators that were out there talking about the fight's going to get canceled or it's going to get off, it's not going to happen, bro. Just sit this shit out, man. You have no clue what you're talking about. You don't understand the business of boxing. You don't understand how business in general works. For me, myself, not excited about it. I want to see what the undercard looks like. I want to see what the undercard looks like. I want to see who else is fighting on the card. I want to start hearing interviews from Tank Davis specifically. I know Jake Paul is going to continue to do Jake Paul. But I want to hear I want to hear people that have media passes go to that press conference on Monday, whatever his interview availability is. I want to hear those people ask him, what's up with the Lamont Roach rematch? What happened with that? Were you trying to fit both in? What happened to the rumored August 16th date? What are you doing after this Jake Paul situation? Do you understand why a lot of your fan base doesn't like this fight? What do you have to say to them? Like, I really want people to really dig in and ask the right questions to see what's up. And if Tank Davis's PR team were smart, if they were smart, they would announce what his next move is going to be, either A, before the Jake Paul fight, or immediately after the Jake Paul fight. Immediately after. They would have him in a post-fight press conference talk about what he's going to do next and set the world on fire. That's what they should do. And when I say smart, I know they're smart in terms of generating numbers for him and making sure he's a superstar. I understand all of that. But if they're smart and they want to get back some of that backlash and they want people to kind of soften on this Jake Paul situation, they would announce what his next move is going to be after Jake Paul before the fight. But if they're not that smart, they should at least be smart enough to say, look, you get through the Jake Paul shit, you get done with the exhibition, when you sit down for your post-fight press conference, this is what we announced and this is how we moving. And have his next move already done. That would be my hope as a fan. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Fight ain't off, fight ain't canceled, everything going down. Smash the like, sub up. I see y'all soon. Peace.